History is written in the light, but its deepest truths are often preserved in the shadows. Some stories were forgotten, some were erased, and some were never meant to be found. Welcome to the Tamas archive. In the dense, fog-covered forests of coastal Karnataka, modern human laws completely cease to exist. Here, when a property dispute breaks out, when an untraceable theft occurs, or when a bloodline curse destroys a family, people do not walk into a police station or a modern courtroom. Instead, they wait for the dead of night. They light giant bonfires, sound the ancient brass trumpets, and step into the sacred circle of Daiva Kola. Before them stands a mortal vessel, wrapped in wild palm leaves, his face painted in mystical saffron yellow. Suddenly, his body shudders, his eyes turn to unnatural fire. He is no longer human. A powerful, ancient guardian energy, a Daiva, has occupied his flesh. And when this entity speaks, he delivers judgments so chillingly accurate and decrees so terrifyingly final that even the most corrupt criminals drop to their knees in total confession. This ancient, living system of paranormal justice has outlived empires. This is the mystery of the sacred mystical judgments of Daiva Kola. Modern legal systems require a paper trail and tangible proof. When cases lack physical evidence, a property boundary secretly moved 20 years ago, an untraceable theft, or an inherited bloodline curse, the police have nothing to investigate. The justice system is forced to abandon these complex disputes, leaving a vacuum of unresolved historical conflict. In the Tulu Nadu region, society operates on two distinct layers to fill that void. Above ground, there is the visible world of humans. Running directly beneath it is the unseen realm of the Daivas, localized, active forces of nature and justice who protect the land and its moral order. When earthly courts fracture under the weight of human greed, and modern judges fail to extract the truth, the village turns to the dark. They initiate a formal, inescapable appeal to the spirit realm, demanding a verdict from a court that operates entirely outside of human jurisdiction. In the 19th century, British colonial magistrates arrived in coastal Karnataka with a rigid system of justice. They operated strictly through written legal codes, sworn witness testimonies, and the empirical logic of the ruling empire. Confronted with midnight rituals and spirit mediums, English authorities attempted to dismiss the sacred decrees of the Daiva Kola as primitive superstition. They sought to dismantle a tradition that appeared to ignore every rule of evidence they understood, but their skepticism collided with undeniable physical outcomes. As recorded in this cursive ink script, the British were eventually forced to document the exact details of these paranormal encounters in their own official imperial logs. These colonial records represent more than a cultural curiosity. They document a friction between two systems of law, one based on ink and paper, and another rooted in a tradition that appeared to deliver consequences far beyond the reach of the king's magistrates. A Daiva cannot physically speak to the human world. To deliver a judgment, the spirit requires a vessel. This profound responsibility falls exclusively to the Padanas, a sacred lineage of singers and artists specifically chosen to act as living bridges between the physical and spiritual realms. Preparing for this occupation is grueling. Long before the sun sets, the chosen medium subjects his body to extreme conditioning. He endures days of strict fasting, complete psychological isolation, and intense sacred purification rituals. As the nighttime court opens, the air grows heavy with the scent of burning camphor and raw oil torches. The medium begins a long, symbolic dressing process, painting his face with intricate geometric patterns of yellow and black to mirror the fierce nature of the predatory leopard and the wild boar. The descent into possession is triggered through sound. These traditional Chande and Maddale drums set a rhythmic, hypnotic bass line that anchors the ritual. The drum beats continuously accelerate, building into a chaotic, frenzied crescendo. The medium's body physically reacts, spinning at impossible speeds, under the crushing weight of a massive metal chest plate and towering coconut fronds. Then, the auditory climax abruptly shatters. A sudden, heavy silence drops over the entire forest. This distinct pause is the definitive signal that the human identity of the medium has been entirely erased. This metamorphosis is an agonizing, total sacrifice of the self. The mortal vessel is completely occupied, allowing an ancient cosmic law to temporarily inhabit human flesh and speak directly to the physical world. Once the court opens, the Daiva operates without any of the tools required by modern judges. There are no witness testimonies to cross-examine, no legal paperwork to review, and zero requirements for physical evidence to issue a binding verdict. The entity relies entirely on paranormal omniscience. Operating as a supreme court of truth, it sees through flesh and time, easily recounting the exact midnight hour a hidden boundary marker was moved decades prior. The Daiva exposes deeply guarded family secrets with terrifying precision. It pinpoints the exact location of stolen goods, directly instructing villagers to search beneath the dense, thick aerial roots of a specific banyan tree to uncover buried gold. The presence of this inescapable spiritual insight creates an atmosphere of immense psychological pressure inside the sacred circle. Confronted by a force that already knows the truth, deeply guarded lies instantly collapse. By achieving justice through this immense psychological pressure, the Daiva enforces immediate moral order. Even the most corrupt criminals drop to their knees in confession, abandoning any attempt at a legal defense to simply beg the entity for spiritual mercy. The tension between empire and spirit reached a documented breaking point in the 19th century. A wealthy merchant stepped into the sacred circle, choosing to directly defy the Daiva under the watchful eyes of skeptical British magistrates. He committed a fatal error. Standing before the possessed medium, the merchant delivered a false oath, swearing on his own son's life that he owed no debt. The Daiva did not ask for proof or attempt to argue the case. It bypassed physical enforcement entirely, looking directly at the merchant and unveiled a silent, terrifying prophecy. The retribution was exact and devastating. Within 48 hours of delivering the lie, the merchant's cattle perished from a sudden, untraceable disease. Immediately after, his wealth was systematically erased. Inexplicable fires broke out across his property, consuming his remaining assets against the pitch-black night sky. This traditional woven bamboo granary structure represents the type of vital asset that burned entirely to ashes, cementing his financial ruin in physical reality. For the British, documenting this specific failure of their own logic was a rare admission. The merchant story illustrates a system of spiritual accountability that functioned on a level of cause and effect their legal codes could not reach, providing a chilling counter-narrative to their empirical world. As modern society became obsessed with digital surveillance, satellite maps, and written legal codes, humanity sprinted toward the light. In doing so, we ignored the ancient, fiercely guarded boundaries that continue to operate in the dark. When dawn breaks over the coastal forests, the bonfires turn to ash. The medium strips away his heavy armor and returns to an exhausting mortal life, possessing zero memory of the judgments he just delivered. Western empires came and went, building their monuments on the surface. But a form of cosmic justice remains woven into the soil and trees of Tulu Nadu, waiting for those who believe they can hide their transgressions from the land itself. The greatest secrets of history are not always hidden beneath the earth. Sometimes they survive inside forgotten places, forgotten people, and forgotten ideas. Every empire leaves behind monuments. Every war leaves behind graves. And every civilization leaves behind secrets. Until the next forgotten mystery, the Tamas Archive, uncovering the unmanifested past, hidden histories, forgotten truths.